ignorant of the topic.
No, and that's not what we're looking for at all. No, you explained it perfectly, and I think that's exactly what we're looking for, because we've had a few people, not only from Gameloft but from Mexicali, who have not only spoken great English but also expressed a lot of interest into learning marketing and what ad operations is about. So I'd love to hear that. I mean, that's exactly what we're looking for, and I think you hit all the notes that we're looking to see in someone for another candidate, because we have a lot of work on our plate, and I already have 4 people under myself, and we can't get enough done. So having someone that can come in and just like get rolling right away is super important to us. With that said, you said you have a lot of operations side at Gameloft. What about media buying? Like, can you talk specifically more towards Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or maybe display side advertising, or what did your day-to-day look like at Gameloft?
When I was in charge of implementing those ads,
Sure.
what I did was specifically implementing the libraries, right? Like you said, the containers, the inventory side of the inventory space, and most of my job was implementing those ads, the containers, and then testing them. What I did was mostly when it wasn't programming or looking for bugs, looking and fixing bugs. What I did mostly was setting up campaigns with the specific tools from Gameloft, like they have their names, right? Like CRM, which is in Gameloft, what we call CRM, it involved more like prices and of stuff, all the in-app purchases. But then we had the ad server side of things, the ads, the making beta campaigns, like test campaigns. I never, I didn't have the authority to. I don't think anyone in Gameloft, but we didn't have the authority to change anything from the gold environment.
Right.
But the beta environment, I test a lot of ads. I help a lot QA and other devs. I help them with the testing side, right? Because we have to sorry.
No, you were making perfect sense.
But yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, it was basically that. I try to help use what I learned to help other people too with the implementation side of things and the testing, because the tools always not always were the most what will I say? They weren't sometimes very intuitive. So
yeah,
sometimes some of the books were just like poorly set up campaigns, incorrectly set up.
Sure.
So that was something that I did too.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. So not only would you help set up the campaigns, but you would also go back and look at the implementation, and would you find things that were wrong, or would you correct things after you look back on them? Because I can tell you right now, we have like 70 clients, and every day it seems like you find something wrong, and that's really important. At least for what I'm looking for is someone that can recognize something that doesn't look correct, right? So if you have a campaign that has maybe 100 impressions over the course of 6 or 7 months, obviously something's wrong there. It should have hundreds of thousands or 1 million impressions. So no, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear. That's something you think you would have experience with and could recognize on a daily basis?
Yeah, I feel like I will for sure.
Perfect.
Okay.
No, I think we broke up a little bit, but that's exactly what we're looking for. All right, cool. Well, anyway, no, I think you answered all my questions. What questions do you have for me? What do you want to know about the company?
Well, for example, I had this question for Sal. He gave me his perspective it's nothing personal. It was like, where do you see the company in 2 years? And I'm asking because, well, Game Love was going really well, right? And all, but all of a sudden, it all went downhill.
Yeah.
They found, well, a lot of things have happened, right? And one will think that with big companies, you're always safe, maybe.
Sure.
So you never know, no? And so I thought maybe I could ask.
No, I think that's a valid question, and this company has been growing faster than ever. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the foundations of Strax or how we operate, but it's one of the first companies that started doing stock for payment, which is we accept stocks of a company and they give us a certain percent of a share in their company for us to advertise and also gain access to our platform. So not only is Strax an advertising company, but we also have a software side where we have a proprietary CRM, kind of like what you were talking about, like a Salesforce. So we provide shareholder insights as a proprietary software platform in addition to advertising for them. So they will get a certain amount of money for us to advertise their business for us to target shareholders, and we have very specialized targeting. And then in addition, they gain access to our platform, which is a proprietary platform that says Joe Schmo from Minnesota, age 29, is the biggest investor in your company. So that's the value of Strax, and I really do think it's the future. Obviously, software is not going anywhere. You see Salesforce has become one of the biggest names in the S&P 500, the S&P 50, actually. So software is a pretty big name, and Strax being one of the first companies to accept stock in business as payment instead of money, cash money, is kind of a revolutionary idea, and we've seen it grow exponentially, which is why we're trying to bring on so many people. So I hope that answers some of your question. It's a little confusing. It took me a while to wrap my head around it as well, but it's a pretty cool business model, and I can tell you right now, it's not going to slow down. But it's not. Gameloft might have been a specialty. It's also software. I'm not going to lie to you about that. Like, software is always up and down. Like, it can go any direction. Like, DOS doesn't exist anymore, and I don't know, Linux is big, but it's not profitable, and Windows has always been Windows. You know, it's going to be that way. But I've only been here for not that long, less than a year. But I mean, I can see it growing pretty quickly, and it's a pretty cool industry to be in. So you seem like a pretty sharp dude, and I think you'd fit in here pretty well if you were willing to jump on board. But we certainly need the work if you're willing to put the work in.
Sure, I will. I have, thank you for the answer. And I had just another question. It is like, what do you expect of me?
Sure.
And maybe the first 3 months, maybe a little more, a little less.
Yeah. So I just brought someone on board about less than a month ago, and he's also, I think, from Gameloft, Renee. I'm not sure if you know him or not, but maybe you do, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. But he's a super sharp dude, and to be completely honest, I haven't had the time to really train him as much as I want to, but he's been a go-getter, and I'm looking for someone that's going to be a go-getter and not just stumble upon roadblocks and sit there and not do anything. I want you to be proactive and don't be afraid to ask questions. I need someone that's really going to be like, listen, LinkedIn says that we can't create ads, so I need someone to tell me that, and not just sit there and be afraid or shy of thinking that they're the problem, because that usually it's not the person that's the problem. Never, like, very, very, very rarely is that the problem. I just need someone that isn't going to become stagnant or sit there. I need someone to be proactive and reach out to me, because it's a different dynamic when you're working remotely. You're not walking by your boss every day, and I'm going to trust you or whoever it is to be doing the work, and I'm not going to check in on you and micromanage you every second of the day. So that's really what's most important for me. I'm not going to lie about that, but it really hasn't been a problem. And if I can trust the person, I'm going to place all my trust in them.
Okay, thank you. That
No,
seems, I feel like I should fit
perfect
those characteristics.
And let's see. So you're in Mexicali as well, I'm assuming, considering you're from Game Loft.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, along with the rest. So we currently have 4 people on my team in Mexicali. So you would be the 5th, and no, that's great. I mean, everyone gets along. There's no troubles. There's no dilemmas. It's a very, very close team, and I want to make a close team, and I want people to trust me just as much as I trust them. So, nothing. You really nailed all the points that I was looking for. So, if there's nothing else, I would love. I didn't get a chance to look at your resume because this was all short notice. I was out all of last week, so maybe you can email me that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'll type in my email right here. So
it's in the mail, right?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna type it in right here.
Okay.
Because I this is the first day I got back in like a week because I was on vacation, but
Okay.
I'm glad we got to